What up, everybody? Joe White here. Um, had a couple things I wanted to get off my, you know, get through here on this video. I haven't really done a serious video in a while, and if I'm still sniffling like that, I'm sorry. I know it's gross, but I'm still sick. Uh, I'm not out of the woods yet, which I mean it obviously, but it's going away. It's been a week now. It's going away. My girlfriend has it. She now has it. She hates me for it. As you probably hear the air conditioning in the background kick on. But anyway, also if you see me drinking my tea here, it's because of the shit that's in my throat and nose and everything else. It's awful. One thing that I did want to talk about was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view being added 2 weeks after Payback. Thank God you got the network, WWE, because if this was the land of pay-per-view still, which I feel sorry for people who are ordering pay-per-view still and don't have the network, because if you're an avid fan like me who gets every pay-per-view, you got another one to plunk down for in 2 weeks. Anyway, if this was the age of pay-per-view, you guys would be dead. You would be, I mean, I could see it if we knew about it 3 or 4 months ago and okay, cool. Payback is just a skippity dip pay per view and their Elimination Chamber is good, which you should have never gotten rid of Elimination Chamber in February. But now they announce a pay per view, and guess what? It's only 2 weeks away from the time we're announcing it. Why not just start calling these network mega events like they did in the beginning? Remember when the network first launched? These are not pay-per-views anymore. Ha ha ha. These are network specials. They're network specials, pal. I don't get it. Excuse me. I'm muting my microphone every time I cough or sneeze because you guys don't need to hear that. So I'm sorry if you hear sudden gaps in the audio here. I don't have a professional setup like Boogie2988 or any of those other YouTubers. Until I start until I start making a little bit more money. I mean, I want nothing more than to have that kind of a setup, but I'm using the same kind of webcam he uses. I mean, I actually his is like maybe one step up from mine. So anyway, I like old Boogie. Boogie's awesome. But anyway, like I was saying, 2 weeks away. It's 2 weeks. Two. It's like in another 2 weeks. What are they going to do? Bring back Taboo Tuesday? Air it Tuesday night on the network and expect ratings? No. Thank God you got this network, WWE. Thank God, if there is one, that you got this network. Otherwise, you'd be reporting losses for this quarter because that pay-per-view is going to cost you more to produce than what you'll get pay-per-view buys for. Ambrose stands tall at the end of Raw. Guess who's taking the fall on Sunday? I wonder. The only reason why he's in that match is so he can take the fall because you can't have any of the other three taking it quite yet. They got to stay strong. I wonder. Typical booking. Typical Vince McMahon. He's lost his fucking mind booking. Thank God he's going blind. I hope he is. I hope the man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm to the point where I want my fucking wrestling back. I wish the man ill. I really do. And a lot of people go, you shouldn't hate like that. If he really dies, you're gonna feel bad. No. I'll have my wrestling back. The crackpot will finally just wither off and go away. Ah, you're right. I shouldn't wish death on the man, but come on. It's getting to the point where the old man should just either bow out or die. Reports are at the last pay-per-view or Raw a couple weeks ago, he was going blind. He had to be led to and from the ring. And McMahon, I applaud his work ethic. I mean, for crying out loud, The man will be 80 years old and he'll still come to the ring with a fucking walker, you know? I just don't get it. I don't get it how, you know, I don't get how you're a part of that company. And I get it. You're afraid of being fired. I get it. But in the world we live in nowadays, in the world we live in, I think that with the way the internet is, if you get fired from that company, you can always go on somebody's podcast, state your fucking case, and be like, look, I mean, not that it does you any good, but look at what Court Bauer did. Court Bauer, for, he sat there and took an idea and ran with it. He's like, okay, I'm done with WWE. All the smart marks, want to hear what I have to say about my tenure there. I keep going on all these podcasts and radio shows talking about my time there. Why don't I start my own podcast, and every once in a while I'll throw in a story there talking about my time with the company. And he's making a living off of it, I think, with that MLW radio or whatever. Now, granted, the podcast market is saturated as fuck. The YouTube market is saturated as hell. Anybody and any jillyjacker who has a fucking microphone could go out there and, start a podcast pretty much. A couple other things I wanted to get into today. I'm done with wrestling. I honestly saw the last half hour of Raw last night because my DVR forgot to record the rest while I was working. Because I now work Monday nights. So I don't get to watch Raw live, ever. Maybe the last hour, half an hour if I'm lucky. If I work till 11, I don't see any of it. My DVR didn't record, so that was my stupid fault for not making sure the DVR was going to record the episode. But anyway. From what I read, I didn't miss much, except for the Elimination Chamber announcement. Barrett beat Neville again, I think. Like that King of the Ring tournament's really getting you anywhere, Barrett. Anyway. JTG wrote a book about backstage, politics and stuff. I haven't heard much about it except for the fact that he released it like a couple days ago on Amazon or Kindle or whatever for whatever it is for like 99 cents. That might be an interesting book to read. He should call it My Life on the Catering Crew. How I learned, how many ways can you eat grilled chicken in the back of a wrestling show? Or backstage at a wrestling show, I should say. Maybe he could do a recipe book with the guys in catering. Do a cookbook. The WWE Catering Cookbook. There you go. With JTG and Joe Blow the chef. Sorry, this cold sucks. Oh, man. I feel like I got to put something out there, though, because of the fact that I haven't really done a video in over a week, and I've been wanting to do it, but every day I wake up and I'm just like, and I'm like, no, they don't want to hear that. But this is the tail end of this. I hope this shit's gone within another couple more days. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to a doctor and be like, look, it's been a week and a half now, Grand Theft Auto 5's been in the news recently, and PC gamers are all up in arms. Here's why. For those who don't know, when Grand Theft Auto, they waited 2 years for them to bring it out for PC. When you bring a game to PC, a lot of hackers and modders take the game and change it from its original form, and they do things with it called modding, which means they modify the game. They take the game and they, create guns that shoot out sports cars, and they make the gravity gun, which lets you pick up things and launch them into the air, and they make it, to where they put John Marston in the game, and stuff like that, They take the game and alter it from its original form just so they could sit there and do this and with it, I'm so let me get to my point first before I give my opinion. Rockstar then comes out and changes their in user license agreement, the EULA, and makes it to where people can't mod the game. And they start banning people who mod the game, whether it be in single player or whether it be in multiplayer. If you're modding the game in single player, to me, I have mixed feelings about it. You shouldn't be modding online. No, because that people who don't have the ability to mod or don't know how to mod, if they get on there and you're sitting there running around in an indestructible tank, you're cheating. If you mod your single player game, you're not harming or doing anything to anybody but yourself. But that's how I feel on this end. You know, but then the angel pops up on this side and tries to talk a little bit of sense to me. And this sense is that if I'm Rockstar, if I'm Joe Blow Gaming Company, I wonder why I'm using the word Joe Blow a lot today. Anyway, if I'm Skippy McDep's Gaming Company, and I come out with Skippy Auto 4, and I want to make Skippy Auto 4, and I put out, spend 5 years making Skippy Auto 4, and Skippy Auto 4 comes out for PC, and all of a sudden I see people modding my game from its original form. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Why are you modding something that took me 5 years to create? If you want it modded and if you want it built your own special way and you want to do stupid things like shooting sports cars and stacking 1,000 people up on Mount Chiliad and launching them off or whatever, go create your own game. If it's me, I'm a little bit offended. Why are you going to buy my game just to mod it? That's telling me that you don't like the original game the way it is, so you're going to try to make it your own. Now, I know what everybody's going to say. Joe, we do it because we just like PC gaming, and we like the original game, and we did things like we improved the view in the game, and we made it to where the field of vision was bigger. No. No. You can't take the game the way it is and play it, so you gotta fuck it up and mod it. You gotta mod the damn thing. You gotta sit there and try to twerk it and make it your own. And you gotta piggyback off of what Rockstar already created. If I make a game and I put that game out there, and if you don't like the game the way it is already, to the point where you gotta sit there and make modifications, don't buy the fucking game. That's like sitting there, somebody who goes off and goes, I don't like the way my lips are, so I'm going to go get... It's plastic surgery for video games. You just gave the game a boob job, for crying out loud. Rockstar doesn't want you giving Grand Theft Auto 5 boob jobs, so they ban you for it. Now somebody out there is going to go, Joe hates boob jobs. No, I like tits. Don't get me, I love tits. Anyway. But... I've never felt a pair of fake tits, to be honest with you. Anyway, and furthermore, but what I'm saying is, why do you got to sit there and try to make it better? We're making it better. No, you're not. Rockstar spends 5 years. There's a lot of time and sweat, and money from the people making this game, trying to give you a good product, and they gave you a damn good product. The game's fine as is. The game is great as is. That game is I can't find a thing that I would want to change about that game. Why do you gotta mod it? Other than the reason that you're just wanting to do this in front of your computer. Do you really not have that much of a life where you got to sit there, I'm going to make a gun that shoots cars. I want to walk around playing as John Marston in Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, look, I'm a deer. I'm a deer running around the city. No, just stop. I get that that's the whole reason why people buy the game on PC. I get that. And I get that that's a niche fan base. That part of your fan. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 4. There's footage of people from Grand Theft Auto 4 modding the game to where you can play as Optimus Prime running around Liberty City. A little bit of the nerd in me is squealing about that and saying that's kind of fucking cool. But the other half of me sitting there going, why do you got to do that? You don't understand. Well, make me understand. Why do you mod a game? Tell me. Leave me something in the comments below. Why do you do that? What's wrong with the game the way it is that you got to go in there and mod it? I don't get it. You know, it's like using a glitch from back in the day. It's not glitching. You have to write this mod. Optimus Prime is nowhere in the code for Grand Theft Auto 4. Okay? I'm sure the people at Rockstar have. If you look at the coding for Grand Theft Auto 4, there is no Optimus Prime in there. They can't do it. It is against copyrights. It's against copyrights. Leave a comment below. Tell me, make me understand this. Why do you got to take something and try to put your own personal touch on it? That's like going and painting a mustache on the Mona Lisa. Sorry, that's what it is to me. It's taking someone's art and fucking it up. Video games are art. They're an art form. Just stop bitching. And now they come out and say, "Oh, we're not banning people over it." Because Rockstar tried to protect their intellectual property and to make it to where people wouldn't fuck up, and the backlash was so great from these modders getting banned over it. A lot of people think that when you buy a game, you own that game. No, you own the software. You don't own the intellectual property that goes with it. It's a licensing agreement that you accept when you go online or when you play a game. You agree, when you buy a game, you agree to that licensing agreement. You don't own that game. You own a copy of the game, and you have to agree to the terms and conditions that go along with buying it. Don't make sense. Now, I'm all for gamers. I've been a gamer since I'm 5 years old with the original NES system. I've had I'm looking to buy another NES for crying out loud. I love video games, but I like Grand Theft Auto's not shit to the point where you have to mod it. Because you want to get online with your little buddies and do this. Look how much code I can write. Oops. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about is Nintendo and all this stuff going on with Amiibo. I've been reading about Amiibo lately, and Amiibos and how the demand for them is there, but the product isn't there. And then they didn't do pre-orders with the 4 wave and the 4th wave of the Amiibo. And I sure hope that they make these Amiibos cross-platform, because in another year, when that NX system comes out, because Nintendo has failed with the Wii U, when that NX system comes out in another year, 2016. It's out by Christmas 2016. A new game console from Nintendo. This will be their 8th generation console. Famicom, NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, NX. 8th generation system. Hadn't even been 5 years since the 7th generation, since the Wii U came out. Now, I know a lot of people are sitting there saying, Joe, the Wii U is a failure. It is. I owned one. And at this point in the game, I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I own one. I only own one game for it, except for the 2 games that came on the system, preloaded on the system, and that's Mario Kart 8. Because I love me some Mario Kart. A lot of people thought that when the Wii U came out that it was just a peripheral. Like, oh, okay, the Wii U is now a game tablet. It's like a tablet for the Wii. No. Then they find out it's a whole new system, and they're just like, what the hell? And Nintendo Nintendo needs to get with the program, and here's why. The GameCube, when it came out, it was not on par with the... I can't say that it wasn't on par with the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2. The Wii and the Wii U, however, the Wii was just a jumped up PS2. Be honest here. And when people found out that there was really no motion sensor, that you could just sit down and play bowling with just doing this, it kind of like, showed its true colors. The Wii U is nowhere near on par with the PlayStation 3 or 4. They came out with it first because they were trying to piggyback off their success of the Wii being their number one console, the best-selling console of all time, I think. So they thought all the fanboys and fangirls were going to go up there and buy the damn thing when it came out, which a lot of people did. But then I'm also seeing videos on how people's Wii U that they got on day one of the launch is ending up collecting dust right now. Why? Because there's no third-party games out for the damn thing. You had Batman and Call of Duty when that Wii U first launched a couple years ago, and now it's like nothing. They got Yoshi's Woolly World, Mario Maker, and about 2 other third-party or first-party games for the damn thing. They delayed Zelda Wii U, which I'll get to that in a minute, but if you're a Nintendo Wii owner, I'm thinking about selling mine. I really am. I mean, I'm excited for Mario Maker. That kind of blew me away when I saw that at E3 last year. I was like, fuck yeah, you get to create your own Mario levels. That's freaking awesome. So that may be the only reason why I keep it, but I don't know. I'm on the fence about it because now they got this new console, and with Zelda Wii U, like I was getting ready to say, with Zelda Wii U, they delayed it. The reason why they delayed it is because when they come out with this new NX system, it's going to be their launch title. They're going to come out with a shitty port for the Wii U, kind of like what they did with Skyward Sword, I think, when they put it on the Wii U and the Wii at the same time. Or they did the same thing with Twilight, or was it Twilight Princess? I think it was Twilight Princess. They did that game port for the GameCube and then the one for the Wii U. And a lot of people are saying the one for the GameCube was better. Get your shit together, Nintendo. And these amiibos, like I was originally talking about, the rarity of these things and the people online scalping them, charging $40, $50 for a $13 toy that's no taller than the Swiss Army knife, folks. They look cool. I want a Mega Man one, and I'm not going to lie. But you better hope that these amiibos are not just exclusive to the Wii U console, because in another year and a half maybe even about 2 years once this new system comes out, you better hope that they're supported. You better hope that the amiibo that you buy today could go to that NX platform. Probably not, but you better hope. I'd be writing Nintendo telling them, hey, port the amiibo over, otherwise you just wasted a ton of money. Unless you're a collector like Boogie2988 who says, hey, I like the toy on my shelf, that's all well and good. I get toy collectors, that's cool. But all that DLC you just bought, it's glorified DLC, guys. And I'm going to have a whole new video coming out about DLC here later in the week. And microtransactions with Mortal Kombat X just pissed me off. It pissed me off, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you ain't got to buy it. It's not like they're telling you must buy this to do fatalities. They're like saying, hey, if you want a little bit of help with the damn things. Now, granted, if you can't perform at least one fatality with every character, you're fucking retarded. And you have no business playing the game. I shouldn't say retarded. A lot of people are going to get mad. You don't say that. But you don't have to buy it. And when it doesn't sell, one of two things are going to happen. Either they're not going to put it in the game next time, or B, they're going to make you pay for it some way or another, because in order to daggone do fatalities with the next one, fatalities will be DLC. It'll be on-disc DLC. It's coming. That just came to me right now. That's coming, guys. I could see, I could see that coming. Fatalities next time will be on disc DLC. You have to pay $5.99 or get the next combo pack in order to unlock Fatalities. A lot of people are going to hate me. Shh, don't give them any ideas. Oh, I'm sure it's already cooking up there, NetherRealm. But anyway, back to Nintendo. They've announced this console, the Zelda Wii U, or whatever code name, or whatever subtitle that they give the Zelda game, is going to be on that system. It's probably going to make a shitty port to the Wii U, but my point is this, is that Nintendo, if you're going to come out with a next generation, 8th generation console, make sure it's on par, hardware-wise, with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You're not there. It's like you're still stuck in 6th generation console. What happened to you? You were the leader, man. You were hot shit if you had a Super Nintendo back in the day, or even a regular Nintendo, or even the Nintendo 64. I didn't even know about the PlayStation until '98, when my cousin Jacob got it. I had N64. I just think that Nintendo needs to get their shit together. And this shit with mobile gaming, if the mobile... Don't buy a goddamn mobile game they release, please. Sorry, this is fucking cold. Anyway. Do not buy a mobile game that Nintendo has its name on. Here's why. The only reason why they're releasing this XN console, and they announced it when they did, is because a lot of people were sitting there saying, okay, they're in the mobile game business now. Goodbye, Nintendo. No more consoles. And just to please people, and show that they're not ditching it right now, they went ahead and announced the NX. My thing is this. If you announce it, and it's a shitty fucking system that's not even on par with the current generation, it's like the tortoise and the hare. Xbox and PlayStation are in the lead, and Nintendo, you're nothing but the turtle. You're about a damn mile behind. Zelda is your only saving franchise right now. A lot of people could say Pokemon, but that's mobile gaming. Nintendo, you need to get your stuff together. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to come out with another video in the week talking about that DLC and how I feel about it, which you kind of got a gist of how I feel about DLC here. They're going to make you pay for fatalities with the next one, trust me. But anyway, thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for putting up with my mutes because of this cold I got. I don't want to cough and sneeze in your ear. And the Age of Ultron video is still coming. I wanted to give that another week so that everybody could go out and see it, so everybody doesn't say, spoilers, don't spoil it. Spoilers. The Sons of Anarchy series is on hold for right now. I'll tell you why, because of the fact that I don't have a whole lot of time on my hands here lately, and I want to put time and effort into it. I want that series to be... I'm not going to go episode by episode, though. I don't know how I'm going to approach it yet. I want to do something like that for you guys, but I want to do it in a way that's entertaining, and I want to do it in a way that's not just me sitting here telling you plot point by plot point of the show. Maybe I could do a live hangout and discuss Season 1 with a bunch of you guys. If you guys want to join that hangout and add me on Google Plus and join the hangout, that would be great. We could do like a little a round table, if you will. If anybody's interested in doing that with me, if you're a Sons of Anarchy fan and you have a microphone and a webcam and you're able to get online with me for like an hour, if you want to join me and do just like a fan's point of view round table, that would be awesome. That's what I would like for it to be. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. This is Joe White. I thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe. Twitter and everything else is coming at the end of this video. Twitter and Facebook. New Surge Live Friday, I don't know because I'm going to be going out of town this week. So this may as well be the New Surge Live episode for this week. But we'll see you guys down the road. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. The Tough Enough video got a lot of response. I really appreciate that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this channel taking off, guys. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers. Hell, even 100 subscribers at this point would make me over the moon. The fact that I have 100 people wanting to watch my fat ass really would surprise me. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you down the road.